Come on, Daisha, please. How long do you think you can keep skiving off and getting Mark to cover for you without being found out?
I missed one.
Listen, save it for him, okay? He might believe every word you say, but I don't. Isn't it about time you stood on your own 2 feet?
Do you make it your business to get Dr. Young into surgery with you too?
What? No, of course not. She's on rotation.
Right, Michael, update. Mr. Hewitt's going to be brought down to Keller. Obviously, he's the IP, someone in the best possible care.
Yeah, of course.
Rick's up to date with everything. Obviously, he's not happy, but you know what? Hoisted and overturned comes to mind.
What's this?
Michael's taking over Steve Hewitt.
So this is something and nothing?
It's nothing. Come on, next patient.
No coffee break for the wicked, and how's Cruella doing?
Well, if you're really interested, she's making herself useful and she refuses to jump the radiology queue.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. How's Saint Cruella doing?
Benefiting from the fact that I, for one, am keeping an open mind about her.
Fair enough.
Maybe you should try and check.
Don't even go there, okay? I know what I know.
Well, I've been talking to her.
In my experience, that's the first mistake people make with Jack.
But she has said one or two things that do make a great deal of sense.
Please.
Oh, seriously, it made me think. If everything had been fine between you and Joseph...
Lyndon, now, please. Look, this is stupid. Let's not fall out. Not over Jack. Tonight, what do you say? I'll cook dinner.
Let me get back to you, okay?
Hey, I've been looking for you.
I just wanted to bring you up to date with Mrs. Stiles.
Okay. Can I ask you something first?
Yeah, what?
You haven't managed to make all your sessions with Jill. Why is that, then?
I don't want to talk about this at the moment.
It's important.
I know what's important, Mark. Because of that, I've made a decision.
Good. You're going to start going again.
I'm going to be moving out.
What for?
It's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. And we won't be where we're a problem or where we're not wanted.
Nobody said that. Who said that?
Is there any circumstance that you won't try to turn to your advantage?
Oh, I know. Connie said you weren't too happy about this.
Do you ever tire of grubbing around for brownie points?
Rick, I'm just keeping an eye on him for the board, all right?
Whose idea was it?
Connie came to me.
Yeah, of course you did. And you were your usual humble self.
Rick, I don't really need this right now.
He was ill and he was frightened. And you told him to go on a diet.
Mrs. Hewitt, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're sorry now.
We're doing everything to make Steve well and keep him well.
You're all aware of the fact I do not want this man anywhere near my husband.
Mr. Spence has agreed to become your husband's consultant.
Perfect.
You're understandably upset.
And you are woefully prejudiced.
Maybe you want to take this somewhere else?
That is simply not true.
Kath, leave it out. I told you what happened. Mr. Griffin had a point. Oh, I really don't feel too good, you know.
Don't you touch him. You've already denied him treatment because he's fat, and you don't like fat people, do you?
Oh, Kathy, that's a little unfair.
Mr. Spence, can I have a word?
No, not right now.
Seriously.
Don't you defend him.
That is as...
It's better be about work.
Steve Hewitt's BP is 110 over 60. I think you've got a problem.
Isn't that just fantastic? All right, keep an eye on him. I'm going to take a look at his notes.
My ex-wife happens to have been a larger lady. She suffered...
Oh, please. Your ex was a larger lady. Don't tell me. Some of your best friends are overweight.
You are completely...
They're all right, though, aren't they, eh? The obese.
Come on, less of the obese.
But you wouldn't want one marrying your daughter, would you? Nah. Or moving in next door.
You're not helping, Kath.
Fat is the new black. Isn't that right, Mr. Griffin?
My policies are demonstrably even-handed.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'm introducing measures to ensure that the staff take their responsibilities to patients seriously on board when they're working in this hospital.
And who are you going to target first, eh? Is it going to be the nurses drinking the full-fat lattes, or the ones with a quarter bottle of vodka hidden in their knickers?
You see, today started out looking like it was going to be a complete nightmare. And now everything's back to normal.
But it's not up to you to do the organising up here anymore, is it?
Sorry?
Daisha's moving out. I presume that's thanks to you.
Well, she can't depend on you forever, can she? I mean, it's completely artificial. And anyway, you can't maintain it. It's wearing you out.
You know, for somebody who's supposed to be big on empathy, you can be a right callous cow, can't you? I don't want her to move out. But this is not about me. She can't afford to, and she is not well enough to cope.
How do you know?
Oh, she can't look after herself, let alone a baby. Don't have to be her friend to see that. I thought you had to be her friend to care.
Oh, you're being dramatic.
No, pragmatic. Of course we need to get to the bottom of the counselling. She's not going and she needs to. But in the meantime, I am not going to be the one who lets her make herself homeless.
What about her own family?
What, you mean Daisha's mother? The one who lives thousands of miles away and couldn't give a flying...
Well, does she know anything about the situation? Does she?
Do you? You haven't the faintest clue what life has been like for Daisha. And you've no idea what you've done. So if you don't mind.
Until we hear back from radiology, I'm not taking any more chances. I don't care how bored you are, I want you staying there, like that, until I tell you otherwise.
Whatever you say.
Good. No arguments then.
None. Zero. You're the boss.
I like to think so.
Any news?
I'm just chasing radiology.
Right, okay. Thank you. It's much appreciated.
No problem. I'll let you know.
This is the reason why I had to bring the dog in. Decorators.
Right.
And I've got Martha and him staying with me at the moment.
So, you didn't think about maybe postponing the decorators?
It's been arranged for months.
Right.
Worst of both worlds. Upshot being, Ms. Naylor gets to do her first off-pump coronary artery bypass graft much earlier than one would have intended.
Really?
Oh, yes, yes. Cardiothoracic equivalent to an enormous bunch of grapes. All she needs, apparently, to make her feel 100% better.
Rachel, do you have Daisha's mum's number?
What for?
Well, my dad's very concerned about her, and I thought maybe if I got in touch with Daisha's family, they could help.
I was thinking she could do with a break, a holiday. I could take Joe.
Well, I was thinking maybe she could go home and her family could look after her, instead of my dad being put on all the time.
You do know she works really hard to support her family, yeah? I mean, she sends money back home.
Yeah, maybe she could send herself back this time. I'm sorry, but listen, my dad's really worn out. I'm just concerned about him.
Yeah, maybe it's what Daisha needs. I'll get you the number, but tread carefully with our mum.
Well, it could have implications for my patient's current course of treatment, so I need you to be sure. You definitely have no record of a prenatal scan for Jack Naylor. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Hey.
Here. This is me wanting to put an end to all hostilities between us.
6 of 1.
Not really. I know I overreact to Jack. I was a prima donna, and by way of apology, what do you say to my place again? We can rent a DVD, your choice, and maybe pick up a decent bottle of Chablis.
Chablis.
A bit too much? Mexican beer, then?
That sounds good.
Great. How is she, anyway?
Seriously?
Seriously, I'm trying to be interested.
Maybe you aren't overreacting to Jack.
What happened?
Joseph, thinking she was pregnant. Why?
Why what? Why did Joseph think she was having his baby? I don't know, and to be honest with you, I don't really care.
He must have been pretty sure, though.
Well, they had sex. They made it a possibility. Is this relevant? Medically, I mean, she isn't, is she?
Well, no, but if she...
Ben, can we please not think about it? It was bad enough having to think about her being pregnant back then.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was a horrible time. It happened, and that's that. And now I have plans for Mexican beer and movies, and you're coming to dinner, so please smile and don't spoil it.